Hello everyone, welcome in to the PokerGO studio. This is the Big Blind. I'm Jeff Platt here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are bringing you the ultimate test of knowledge on all things poker, Vegas, and gambling related, and we have one star-studded crew for you. An unintentional rhyme, but I think a cool one at that. First up, he is a world-famous comedian. You know him from stand-up shows across the country. You know him from SNL, from his Netflix show. Norm Macdonald has a show. It's not you, Chris. From his World Series of Poker and Poker After Dark appearances. Norm Macdonald, how you doing?
I'm very well, very well.
We are very, very excited to have you here. Next up, you have seen him in this PokerGO studio quite often, from Poker After Dark to Friday Night Poker, and you see him here now. He also fires off in some tournaments here and there, more than $5.4 million in career earnings. Justin Young, how are you, my friend?
Awesome. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. And let us be one of the first shows to say congratulations to our next contestant, 2003 World Series of Poker main event champion. That's not what the congratulatory wishes are for. The newest inductee into the Poker Hall of Fame. It's PokerStars ambassador, Chris Moneymaker. Chris, how are you?
Doing awesome, guys.
Happy to have you all here. Thank you all so much for joining us. All right, let's set the scene for today. Our three players will start with 10,000 in chips. We use a limit hold'em betting structure. Before our pre-flop action begins, players will see the hand's category. They can then base their betting on their confidence level in that category. Levels 1 and 2 consist of trivia questions in that topic. We will have a question for the flop, we will have a question for the turn, and we will have a question for the river. Those questions will get progressively more difficult. Now, once you send in your answers, we open up another betting round. You know the answer? Probably wise to fire off a bet or a raise. You don't know the answer but think the bluff will get through? Probably wise to fire off a bet or a raise. If two or more players remain in the hand after the turn, we will go to the river, which will always be set up as a tiebreaker question. Level 3, against the house. You will get the chance to bet some or all of the chips that you have accumulated. More on that later. This is a round 1 matchup. If you win today, or if you finish in second today, you're on to our quarterfinals. Make it all the way to the finals and you are in the money. Win the finals, you take home $15,000. Second place, $10,000. Third place is worth $5K. So that means, guys, that we have to put something else on the line for our outright winner today. Now, most of our other first round episodes, not all of the prizes are high value, but this was in Norm's writer contract to supply the winner with, I have half of it, this lovely fondue set straight from the 1970s. See, Norm, we're gonna put it all together. We came through for you. What do you think?
I think don't blame me for your bit.
That much is very, very fair. We also have something else, but we're going to wait to reveal our winner's other prize, so stay tuned for that one. All right, I'm gonna put the fondue set down. We are going to hit the music, and here we go. Level 1, the blinds are 100, 200. That means you can bet 200 on the flop, 400 on the turn. Well, Norm, in a poker game with Young and Moneymaker, we need to give you some kind of an edge, so you have the button. Justin is in the small blind. Chris is in the big blind as we take a look at our first hands category. That category is Vegas tunes. Norm, you're on the button. You can raise, call, or fold.
Can you explain the category?
Vegas tunes, songs about the wonderful city of Las Vegas. And that's all I can give you at this point.
Gotcha.
But you can raise, call, or fold.
Call.
Going to make the call over to Justin in the small blind. You can raise, call, or fold.
Call.
Going to make the
Check.
call as well. Chris will check in the big blind. Let's take a look at our flops question. According to the Frank Sinatra classic, Luck Be a lady should never blow on what? Answers, please, and keep it clean, fellas. Frank Sinatra, an absolute legend, a Vegas icon. Gentlemen, send in your answers. All right, our answers are in. We open up another betting round now. Justin, since you're in the small blind, you are first to act, and you can check or bet.
I'm gonna check.
Going to check it over to Chris. Chris, you can check or bet.
I will check.
He will check it over to Norm Macdonald on the button. You can check or bet.
I will check.
He will check as well. Before we see what our players said, let's see the correct answer. That answer is dice. another guy's dice. That act probably being performed right now in a dozen hotel rooms here in Las Vegas. Sorry, craps tables, we are talking about craps here. Who got this one right? Let's check in with Justin first. Justin said dice, that is correct. Chris said dice, or gave us the plural, die. Both are correct. Norm Macdonald said dice. Everybody gets it right. Everybody moves on to the turn. Let's take a look at that turn question. The 1994 song Leaving Las Vegas was performed by this female American rock singer. Send in your answers, please. Leaving Las Vegas from 1994, sung by one awesome rock singer. 5 seconds.
5 seconds. What is her name? It's
2, 1. All right, our answers are locked in. That means we open up another betting round. Justin, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
I'm going to bet.
Going to bet over to Chris Moneymaker.
I'm going to raise.
Chris is going to raise it up on the turn. Norm, you can call, raise, or fold.
fold.
Going to lay it down, sadly. Justin, back to you.
Damn, I was kind of bluffing, honestly. I might be right, though. I'm going to call.
He is going to make
Fuck,
the
I was
call.
bluffing too.
Well, if you both get it wrong, you both move on to the river. Let's take a look at what the correct answer was. It was Sheryl Crow. This was the debut single on her first album, setting the stage for her next 6 singles to break in the top 40. Justin, even though he was quote-unquote kind of bluffing,
I wasn't sure.
he did get it right. He had Sheryl Crow.
I knew I was wrong.
Chris Moneymaker was definitely bluffing because he had Madonna. That is incorrect. Norm wasn't able to submit an answer, so that is also incorrect. And that means that Justin Young has taken down our first hand of the day. Let's take a look at that river tiebreaker just for fun.
Wait. If I had re-raised, would you have folded, Justin?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, probably.
And Chris would have folded too.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
who
I'm
knows?
definitely folding.
The power of the bluff. Let's see what that river tiebreaker would have been. Viva Las Vegas topped out at what spot on the U.S. Billboard charts? You guys can just shout out your answer here.
7.
4.
Norm?
1.
Answer was 29, actually, for one of Elvis's greatest hits. All right, so Justin, our chip
Sold
leader,
one.
he has 10,800 in chips. Norm in second with 9,800. Chris in third with 9,400. For this hand, Justin has the button. Chris is in the small blind. Norm is in the big blind. Let's take a look at our next category. That category is Poker After Dark, one of the most popular poker shows out there. Justin, on the button, you lead off our betting. You can raise, call, or fold.
Just call.
Just going to call. He's probably been in that exact seat on Poker After Dark. Over to Chris in the small blind. You can raise, call, or fold.
I will call.
He will call. Norm, you're in the big blind. You can check or raise.
Check.
Going to check. That means all 3 players go to the flop and see this flop question. What channel did Poker After Dark debut on? Answers, please. It has since then relaunched on PokerGo. The legend Ali Najad on his call. I'm hanging around as his backup. Don't mean to brag. Answers, please. All right, our answers are in, and that means we open up another betting round. Chris, since you're in the small blind, you're first to act. You can check or bet.
I'll check.
He will check over to Norm. Norm, you can check or bet.
I check.
Checks it over to Justin on the button.
I'm going to check. I don't know.
Justin checks, maybe afraid of being trapped by one of these guys.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is NBC. The show made its debut on January 1st, 2007. Who had this one? Chris said NBC Sports. I do believe we will take that. Judges?
What?
That
Yes,
works.
we will take
Those
that.
are 2 different channels.
Not in 2007, though. Norm had NBC, that is correct, and Justin had NBC, that is also correct. Everybody gets it right. Everybody moves on to the turn. Let us see that turn question. The Poker After Dark intro is narrated by which poker legend? Answers, please. There's an old saying. The only thing you need to play this game is a chip and a chair, etc., etc. That's how it starts. All right, our answers are in. Chris, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
Check.
Going to check it over to Norm. Norm.
I'll bet.
Norm will fire off a bet of 400 on the turn to Justin.
Call.
Justin makes the call. Chris.
I'll call.
Chris will make the call as well. Before we see what our players said, let's see the correct answer. That answer is, yeah, it's Doyle Brunson. We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Who had Doyle? Chris had Doyle. Norm had Doyle. Justin had Doyle. All right, so the three of you are pretty big Doyle fans, I assume. Justin, you are?
Oh, yeah.
Chris, you are?
No, not really.
No, he hates Doyle Brunson. Norm, you're a big Doyle Brunson fan, right?
I don't know who that is. That Todd's dad?
That is. He is referred to as Todd Brunson's dad. So in addition to a quarterfinals berth, in addition to that wonderful fondue set that Norm absolutely loved, really cherished that moment of the show, we have, for the winner of this game today, one of the man's best works, one of the legends' first works, a rare
Super
find.
System.
We have the rules of neighborhood poker according to Hoyle, actually.
I was going to say, Doyle didn't write that.
We were close, though.
we
were
everyone was
close.
so excited.
So this was on the line for our winner also. So everybody is moving on to our river tiebreaker here. Let us see that river tiebreaker. The biggest pot in Poker After Dark history occurred in 2017 in a hand of 200, 400, no limit between Bill Klein and Matt Kirk. How big was the pot? Answers, please. Whoever gets closest to the correct size of the pot will win this hand, will take down this pot worth 1,800 in chips. All right, our answers are in. Before we see what our contestants weighed in with, let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is $980,000. There have been plenty of big pots in Poker After Dark history. This one was the biggest. Bill's pocket aces fell to Matt's flop set of fours. That game also featured online superstar Tom Dwan and not so much online superstar Jean-Robert Ballon. Six-figure pots were being built on just about every orbit. Who was closest to 980K? We'll start with Chris. Chris said 2.4 million. That's about 1.4 million off the mark. We go to Norm. Norm said 680K, a better guess and a closer guess. That is 300K off the mark. If Justin gets closer than that, he wins another hand. Justin said $700,000. Just a little bit closer than Norm Macdonald. Justin wins this pot.
I need to watch more PokerGO.
I knew the exact answer.
It was
I did not.
$980,000. Justin has 12K in chips. Chris has 8,800 in chips. Norm has 9,200 in chips. For this hand,
Jeff,
Chris has
Jeff.
the button. Yes, sir.
Jeff, did you notice that I said $680,000?
You were on it. It's like it was in your mind. Something $80,000. It was right there.
You get more digits right.
But maybe
No,
it'll
it's
be
tough.
right here when you're in the small blind, when Justin is in the big blind. Let's take a look at this hand's category. The Poker Brat, the one, the only, the 15-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner, Phil Hellmuth. Chris, since you're on the button, you lead off our betting. You can raise, call, or fold.
I'll call.
Going to make the call. Norm, you're in the small blind. You can raise, call, or fold.
You should say raise, complete, or fold.
True. That is an accurate word as well.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry, Jeff, but is this the final? I don't know when the end is.
This is the final hand of the first level, but we have an additional level after this with 3 more hands at higher stakes. And then we still have our video finale.
I'll complete.
Okay. Norm will complete. On to Justin in the big.
I'll check.
Justin will check. So let us see our flop question. Phil's new life mantra and the title to his latest book can be seen on Twitter as #what? Send in your answers. I'll say he doesn't always abide by this mantra, but that is why we love him. His new life mantra, the title to his book, #what? All right, our answers are in. Norm, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
Bet.
He is going to bet. Justin.
Call.
Justin will make the call. Chris.
I'll raise.
Chris will raise it up from the button. Back to you, Norm.
Re-raise.
Going to 3-bet it. Justin
Call.
makes the call. Chris.
Call.
Chris will make the call as well. Let's see the correct answer. That answer is, it's positivity. Hashtag positivity. Who got this one right? We start with Norm. He said positivity. That is correct. Justin said positivity. That is correct. Chris said, he said positivity. That is correct. Everybody gets it right. Everybody moves on to the turn, and let's see that turn question. Who did Phil beat heads up in the 1989 World Series of Poker main event to win his first bracelet? Answers, please. Winning the main, that would be taking down bracelet number 1 in style, as Chris is certainly familiar with. And our answers are in. Norm, your first act. Once again, you can check or you can bet 400.
I'll bet.
He will bet 400. On to Justin.
Call.
Justin will make the call. Chris.
Raise.
Chris will raise it up once again. Back to Norm.
I'll re-raise.
He will re-raise. Over to Justin.
Call.
Yeah, okay, that works. We accept. We accept the question mark
Brian,
at the end
Brian,
of the call.
call.
Chris?
Call.
Chris will call as well. Let's see the correct answer first. Yeah, it's Johnny Chan, the master, was looking for his 3rd straight main event title. So who had that one right? Norm said Johnny Chan. Justin said Johnny Chan. Chris said Johnny effing Chan. All are correct. That means everybody moves on to our river tiebreaker with 6,000 chips in the middle. Let's see that tiebreaker question. Now, of course, everybody knows Phil Hellmuth holds the record with 15 World Series of Poker bracelets. He will remind you. But how many World Series of Poker final tables has he made? Answers, please. How many WSOP final tables has the Poker Brat made? All right, our answers are in. Before we see with what our contestants weighed in with, let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is 61 for Hellmuth. 2 this summer. He final tabled the $400 online event. He finished in 5th. And the 5K Turbo at the end of the series, he finished in 6th. Who was closest to 61? We will check in on Norm's answer first. Norm said 41. That is 20 off the mark. We move to Justin next. Justin said 58. That is a pretty good guess.
What the fuck?
That guess is going to be tough to beat. That's 3 off the mark.
What the fuck?
You guys can probably assume Chris did not get closer than 3. He said 104.
Don't even say my answer.
Yeah, you have to throw it out there. He said 104. That means Justin wins the hand. Justin extends his chip lead.
Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Do you notice I said 41?
Again, you have it in your mind, Norm. You're that close. We'll see if you can
This
get
is
it.
another one I had no idea.
Norm can get it. It's going to come to him. On that note, we wrap up our first level of play, and we will see you guys back here for level 2 next.
I remember reading it and going, oh my God, that's such a small amount of tables.
It is
that
a
he
small
won.
amount considering
I mean,
he's
it's-
won 15 of them.
Yeah, still amazing, yeah. He wins 1 of 4 that he gets in.
What are you eating, Norm?
Oh, I just wanted to, give a casino vibe to the joint.
Back here on the big blind, let us take a look at the chip counts. Justin Young with quite the chip lead. He has 16K in chips. Norm Macdonald in second with 7,200. Chris Moneymaker in third with 6,800. Chris, you seem really happy with the way Justin has played so far.
This was supposed to be Amanda Negreanu. That's who was supposed to be in that seat.
They went with a prettier version.
We had a very late substitute.
He guessed every freaking multiple choice almost on the button. Granted, I missed it by 2 miles. Norm beat me, which is crazy, but he was so close.
I just love poker more than you guys, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see if he can keep it up in level 2. The blinds move up to 200, 400. That means you can bet 400 on the flop, 800 on the turn. Remember, on the line for the winner today, a lovely fondue set, again, that Norm absolutely loved. And the rules of neighborhood poker according to Hoyle. Oh, and a berth in the quarterfinals of the big blind.
Chris, we really have to watch our stacks, Chris.
I'm aware of this now, yeah. Trust me, I know. Hopefully we get off the poker topics.
Still have a chance to double up, looming in our third round against the house. Norm, you have the button for this one. Justin, you're in the small blind. Chris, you are in the big blind. Let us take a look at this category. Name the hand. Many hands throughout the years have, of course, acquired nicknames, so I will tell you the hand, and you will tell us the nickname for that hand. Norm, you're on the button. You can raise, call, or fold.
You're just going to give me one hand?
Yes, on our flop, we will give you the name of one hand, and you'll give us the nickname for that hand.
I fold.
Norm will...
Wait, I get to play the rest of the game, though, right?
Yeah, you're in. You're just out for this specific hand. Norm will lay it down onto Justin in the small blind.
I'll call.
Justin will make the call. Chris, you can check or raise.
Check, please.
Check, please. All right, let's take a look at our flop question. Ace high straight. Answers, please.
Oh, God.
10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. What does that go by? Norm, feel free to send in your answer still, even though you're out of the hand.
I thought it was going to be one of those super weird ones.
Maybe.
The 8 deuce off.
I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like Celine Dion's.
All right, our answers are in. Justin, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
Bad strategy by me.
I'll just check.
He will just check. Over to Chris.
I'll check as well.
Chris will check it back. Let's see what the correct answer was.
Chris, you could have caught up to me. You blew it.
That answer is Broadway. He still could, though, because he got this right.
I've got to beat Justin somehow. I got to beat Justin somehow.
That much is true.
Wait,
Both of them get it right.
You told me I'm still in it.
You are. You're still in it.
Okay.
You're
Just not in this question.
Yeah, you're just not in this specific hand. As we move on to the turn.
Wait,
Chris.
that's
You're
what
out
I
of
asked. Oh, no. Oh.
You're just out on this hand, Norm. That's it.
But I asked. I said, can I get more questions? That's what I said. I didn't say hand.
Right, you will.
You're gonna lose. You'll get the next hand.
Just
you
not,
just missed the
just
flop.
not
Turn it
this
over.
specific next question, Norm, which is pocket eights. Answers, please, before Norm storms off the set. The common nickname for 2 8s is what? Answers, please. I mean, I call it the Michael Irvin hasn't quite caught fire in the poker world, but it's coming because it's 8-8, Irvin wore 88.
Norm wouldn't have known this anyway, so it's okay.
Even after I asked.
Norm, Chris says you wouldn't have known this anyway, so it's cool. All right, our answers are in. Justin, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
Snowman.
I'll bet.
Justin will lead on the turn. Chris.
I'm the worst on the river, so I'm just gonna call.
Okay, just going to call here. Let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is snowman. Let's see if our guys got it right. Justin said snowman. Chris said snowman. Both are correct. Both move on to the river tiebreaker. That tiebreaker is.
I'm sure he'll get it like perfect.
Most hands that have nicknames are pocket pairs. How often is a Hold'em player dealt a pocket pair? Now we are looking for a percentage here. Answers, please. What percent of hands do you start off with a pair? Norm, feel free to send in your answer.
Fuck, I have no idea.
What percent of the time is a Hold'em player dealt a pocket pair?
117.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. This is in the tank.
Fuck, I don't know. I might be the worst poker player.
He's an accountant. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know these damn math percentages like this.
All right, our answers are in. Before we see what our players said, let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is 6% of the time. Who was closest?
I'm the greatest!
Yeah, you guys can tell. We look at Justin. Justin said 4.4%. Pretty good guess, but Chris Moneymaker nailed it with 6%.
I know all this shit. I own this.
Norm said 1 in 17 or 0.0588. That is a very good answer.
5.8 is the correct answer.
5.9%. You said 1 in 17 or
5.88.
0.0588. Well, regardless, Chris nailed it right on the money. Chris, you win this hand. We take a look at the chip counts. Justin at 15,200. Chris catching up. He has 7,600. Norm right there with 7,200 in chips. Justin has the button for this hand. Chris is in the small blind. Norm is in the big blind. We take a look at this category. That category is sports betting. Off to the sports book for this one. Justin, on the button, you will lead off our betting. You can raise, call, or fold right into two sports betting experts, I believe.
No kidding. Call.
Makes the call on the button. Chris.
Raise.
Chris will raise it up over to Norm.
I'll raise.
He will raise.
Right.
He will 3-bet it over to Justin on the button.
I call.
Justin will call over to Chris.
Raise.
Chris will cap it with the 4th bet put in. Norm,
Let's go, Norm.
you can call
Let's
or
go.
fold.
This is where we got him.
I don't think that's the cap.
There were three.
Didn't Chris make the?
There were
Chris
3
made
raises.
the first bet.
Chris put in the 3rd raise.
Oh, the 3rd raise caps
Yeah,
it?
3 raises.
Okay.
3 raises.
Okay, I call.
Okay,
I call.
makes the call. Justin?
Call.
Justin
Call.
will make the call. Also, a massive pot developing, 4,800 in the middle. Let's take a look at this flop question. The house edge on a sports bet is known as what? Send in your answers. Now, we'll take a couple different ones here. Hard to win in sports betting, especially hard when you are paying this on every bet that you make. All right, our answers are in. Chris, you are first to act. You can check or bet.
Bet.
Chris will lead with a bet. Norm can raise, call, or fold.
Raise.
Raise
I'll
it up
raise.
over to Justin.
Call.
Norm should know this. He pays it a lot. I'll raise.
3-bet from Chris over to Norm.
I'll call. Is that a cap?
No, that is not a cap. You have the opportunity to cap if you would like, or you can just call.
Didn't Norm
I'll
say we need to
raise.
watch our stacks?
Or you can eat some potato salad.
I will raise.
He is going to raise it up. There is the cap around to Justin.
I call. Oh boy.
And Chris, I'm just guessing you're going to call here.
Pretty smart. You got a good host, everybody.
Nailed it once again. All right, let's take a look at the correct answer. That answer is the juice, or the vig, or the vigorish. Who had it? Chris had both juice and vig. That is correct. Norm had juice. He had the vigorish. That is correct. Justin had the juice. That is correct. That means everybody gets it right. Everybody moves on to our turn question with 9,600 in the middle. Let's see what that turn question is. A $55 bet placed at minus 110 odds will net the winner how much? Send in your answers. Let's say I've got the Mavs minus 2.5 at minus 110. I'm feeling good. I put 55 on that. How much do I profit if they cover? Answers, please. All right, our answers are in. Chris, you are first to act once again. You can check or bet.
I'm all in.
He is
Bet.
all in. We don't allow that, but we will allow you to bet for 800. How about that?
Bet.
We will bet 800. Over to Norm.
You're going to end up all in. I'll raise.
He is going to raise it up
So are
to
you.
1,600.
So are
Justin.
you.
I call.
Justin will make the call. Chris?
I don't. I should just raise. This is silly.
Let me get a river to right one time. I'm gonna raise.
Oh, he
Let's
is
go.
going
Get
to
the
raise.
river.
He has confidence
the
in
last
himself.
river
Come the
right.
river. The 3-bet from Chris. Norm, back to you. You can cap it if
Raise.
you'd like, and he is going to cap it. He's going to raise it. Justin.
Call.
Justin makes the call.
Me
and
and
Chris.
Norm finally found something we're good at. Let's go.
I'll answer for Chris. He's calling here. Let's take a look at the
Yeah,
correct
I
answer.
call again.
These guys know what it is. That answer is $50. Let's see who got it right. They all got it right. All of them said $50, as you could have assumed from their confidence in the betting. That means everybody moves on to our river tiebreaker, the biggest pot that we have had, 19,200. Let's take a look at that river tiebreaker question. Every year, the total amount of money bet on sports in Nevada increases. What was the record-breaking total in 2018? Answers,
I agree with
please.
you, Norm. What the fuck? Come on.
Spoiler alert, it is a lot of money. The closest to the 2018 total will win the pot. We'll give you all an extended amount of time here to come up with your guess because it is such an important pot.
Tell Norm to get off the internet.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, actually. Are people on fucking internet?
Our security team is very
Oh, he
good.
is touching something.
It's Justin. He knows. This sucks. Can we get a different river question?
I will ask judges. No, they just said no immediately. They immediately said no, we could not get a different river question.
You can't have, like, those easy questions followed up by this bullshit.
We said progressively more difficult. This just happened to take quite the leap.
Or this has
Yeah,
nothing
you
to do
went
with
from, like-
sports.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with sports betting. I agree.
Norm, how much did you use last year? It might help the answer.
Then you multiply it by 10.
Oh my God.
Take
this
your
is- I mean,
answers when you have them. Every year, the total amount of money that in Nevada increases. What was the record-breaking 2018 total? We have one answer in. We need two more.
I mean, I could be off by like billions and good Lord, this sucks.
No, I
Going to have to call the clock here, so we will
Fuck
need
it, let's
your
go.
answers.
Are you kidding me?
All right. I'm in last place now. No, Norm is actually. Justin's gonna somehow like bait this.
That'd be great. I have no idea. I'm just seem more confident than you guys.
I have no clue. I'm gonna look like an idiot again on the river.
You already put your answer in, though, Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put the answer in. Send it in, Norm, please.
Okay.
All right, Norm. We called the clock. He didn't get it in in time, so his answer is gonna be
Okay,
zero.
okay. God damn it.
Here it
Dead
comes.
hand.
All right, our answers are in. I can't wait for this one. But before we see what our players had to say, let's take a look at what the correct answer. $5,009,118,136. We'll go with the guy laughing the loudest first. That would be Chris Moneymaker. Chris said $222 billion. I believe he is $217 billion off of the correct answer.
I just thought about it. I was thinking worldwide, not Nevada. Whoopsie.
I'm guessing Norm is a little bit closer on his
How much
guess.
you want to bet?
Let's see what Norm said. Norm said $57 billion. So Norm was closer. Norm
I had 22 billion put in there, then I added the 2.
Norm was just 52 billion off of the correct total. So Justin,
thought
you have a
Chris said
pretty
22
wide
billion.
window in order to spike
No,
this one.
222.
Justin said
222. I put 20. I put 22 originally.
it wouldn't have
I
mattered
think
because
I
Justin
meant
said
to put
1.4 billion. Justin says 1.4 billion. He is closest to the correct answer, and he takes a massive
What the hell?
chip lead.
Me and Norm lost sports betting to Justin. See, that's bullshit.
28
no way.
You guys don't know how much I sports bet.
Chris is down to 1,200. Norm is down to 800. Oh my!
Hey,
I mean,
I've lost sports betting to a horse.
Justin, you can probably just take your headphones off. Go ahead and leave. I mean, please don't. Please stay here.
No, the entertainment's fantastic.
But I think you have a pretty comfortable chip lead again.
What happens if me and Norm both get 0, which is probably going to happen?
We will go to an extra video tiebreaker with just the two of you in order to determine who gets into second
Good, maybe
place.
I can beat somebody then. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you could beat
Can we
somebody.
stop?
But we still have one hand left in this level. Chris has the button. Norm is in the small blind. Justin's in the big blind. Let's take a look at this hand's category. That category is Downtown Vegas, the iconic downtown Las Vegas. Chris, you're on the button. You'll lead off our betting. Raise, call, or fold.
I'll fold.
Going to lay it down. Norm in the small blind. This is the last hand we are playing.
And then what happens?
And then we move to our video finale, in which you'll all
Fold.
get a chance to wager up
I
to
fold.
all of your chips. Did you say fold? Sorry.
I fold. Yeah, fold.
But you will fold. That means Justin wins this hand. Both players.
Oh,
want to
wait,
survive-
hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
okay,
Wait,
okay,
wait,
okay,
wait.
okay.
Wait, am I the big blind?
You're in the small blind.
Yeah, I fold.
Okay. He's going to fold. Justin, you win yet another hand. Not as much hard work in this hand.
Yeah.
And that is a wrap on level 2. Our players go against the house next.
That first hand was fun. It's the only one I played.
All right, welcome back to the Big Blind. Taking a look at the chip counts. Justin has 28,200 in chips. A very slight chip lead over Chris Moneymaker, who has 1,200 in chips, and Norm Macdonald, who has 600 in chips. Norm, you're having fun though, right?
I didn't have fun in that time where I asked for clarification of the rules and was given the wrong, and I couldn't call a floor on it. So.
Yeah, we'll have to
Other
submit a
than that,
complaint to the Gaming Commission. Other than that, it's been fun. That is good. All right, now we enter our video finale against the house.
Wait, I never said that.
They are taking their stacks from the poker table, entering the pit, and firing off against the casino. Remember our first place prize for today's episode, a quarterfinals berth. This fondue set. I'll just take the handles out. The rules of neighborhood poker according to Hoyle. I will take this out. There you go. Just in case you need some help at the nightly tournament at the Plaza, which probably is the last place that Mr. Hoyle has been spotted. Now, while there's no prize for second place at this point, our second place finisher will also move on to our quarterfinals. Now, our players have the option to wager as much or as little of their stack as they so choose. After that wager is placed, they'll see a video featuring a hand from a tournament and a multiple choice question on what action will be next. So, gentlemen, please send in your wagers.
I know what Chris is going to bet. I know what Chris is going to do.
I already know what Norm's going to bet too, so.
We both know what he's
No one
betting.
Doesn't take rocket science to figure this out, does it?
Send in your wagers, please.
Oh, but Justin might just shove it all in.
He might shove, you
Yeah,
never know.
How ballsy
Use any
would that
kind
be?
of-
Come on, Justin. If he's any
That'd
kind
be
of man,
Jeopardy
he would just
James.
shove it in.
That'd be Jeopardy James.
Jeopardy
ball.
James would.
Norm, we need
Yeah,
you
he's
to
not
type in your wager, please.
He's not that good.
I already did. I did like 5 minutes ago. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hit return.
That's okay.
Well, don't you guys know? It's
I
not going.
might lose to this guy. He can't figure out his return. All right.
Oh, there.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry.
Our wagers are in. Let us take a look at this hand from the 2017 World Series of Poker main event featuring a fairly familiar face.
Interesting potential development here. And Negreanu has been 3-bet somewhat regularly now
He has, and
by a variety of players. And, it's not necessarily that he's gotten a showdown in every spot. So you wonder if there's a point at which he starts to get a little fed up or starts to wonder what people have. Unlikely, but, he's not immune to that emotion.
certainly wondering,
As
and
Fabra
certainly
flats.
scanning. Fed up, I don't think is, Dan.
That's a little strong,
yeah, right.
obviously. But, it starts to create some questions as the ace-queen-6 rolls off, which is pesky for both the kings of Salmon and the jacks of Fabra. Daniel hitting the 6.
Bet 27.
2 checks in front of Victor, who fires 2,700. And Fabra content to just flat call the 3-bet and get out of the way here.
Pretty bad flop for Fabra, certainly.
Call.
Interesting. Daniel getting a wonderful price. Has some equity to improve his hand. He did a 6 or an 8. He has 5 outs.
There was kind of a sheepish vibe from
There
Daniel
was.
there at call. Kind of like,
There
I
was
don't have much.
Daniel is a master of these situations. Will he find a way to win this pot somehow is the real question.
Good check back here from Salmon, obviously. And oh, this could be a take it Daniel card if he wanted it to be.
All right, what does Daniel Negreanu do here? Does he check? Does he bet 3,800? Or does he bet 10,500? Answers, please.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes, please.
This is a cash game, right?
No, this is a tournament. This is the World Series of Poker main event.
Oh, this is a tournament.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I went to look at it and I accidentally moved my camera. Okay. This is the World Series. Okay. Is it the final table? No.
No, it is day one of the 2017 World Series of Poker main event.
Gotcha.
So if I get this right, there's no way Norm can win, right?
Oh, I thought you bet 0. Oh.
Depends what you wagered, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Why would I
dang
wager
it.
0?
Oh, dang it. I thought for sure you bet 0 because then he'd be completely safe.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm a sports gambler, buddy. I don't bet 0.
So I lose.
Obviously, I'm not, because that cost us all our money.
And again, maybe Justin bet 28,000 or so.
I would love Justin. Justin would be my new favorite human if he bet 28,200. I've got a feeling he's not going to be my new favorite human.
Yeah, sorry.
Spoiler alert. Probably
Yeah.
not going to be.
I'm going to guess Justin bet like 23,000 or something. Whatever the number is that we can't win.
All right, our
we all in?
answers are in. Before we see what our players had to say and how much they wagered, let us see how this hand plays out.
He's now been counterfeited.
It's a must bluff for Daniel. Now it's automatic. If the river was like a
It's
deuce,
not a
it
must
may
bluff.
not be automatic, although I still like it. But now with only
Bet
8
38.
high,
And the running diamonds got there too,
yeah.
to mildly complicate things further for Salmon's 2 kings.
10-7.
I missed.
10-7, ace, queen, 6. I mean, that's a stretch even for me.
Wow!
Yeah, well, man, that's what happens. So yeah, you know.
Love the 10-7 call, by the way. Evidently, Simon has not watched Daniel's masterclass yet. All right, so he bet 3,800 and got the fold, by the way. Time to check out what our contestants said and how much they wagered. Since there's no drama left on who wins this one, let's look at Justin's answer first. He said 10.5K. That is incorrect. He wagered a grand total of 0. So he has 28,200 in chips.
They're seeding for the next round. I have to worry about seeding.
You know what I always say? Information is the most powerful chip denomination there is. Information.
All right, let's take a look at Chris's answer next. Chris said, bet 10,500. That is incorrect. Let's see how much he wagered. Also a grand total of 0. So Chris ends this one with 1,200 in chips. So it all comes down to this. Let us look at Norm's
Let me get 600.
wager first.
Oh, wow.
He wagers
That's crazy. That's
600.
crazy.
That would be correct, Chris. We shocked you there.
Oh.
He answered with 10.5K. He said 10.5K also. That is incorrect. Norm ends the game with 0. That means Justin is our winner, and Chris moves on to the second round of the Big Blind. Justin, congratulations. Obviously, your biggest poker accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
Biggest poker accomplishment today. We'll take it.
No, it was awesome. I thought me and Norm both got robbed on the sports betting question, and I don't think that river was really appropriate. It looks like I'm going to be probably playing Justin again in the second round based on current chip stack. Norm, sorry, I think we both got robbed. It was good playing with you. Justin, I'll see you tomorrow probably.
Norm, you want to align yourself with Chris Moneymaker now? You have his back. From rivals to friends to allies, you're going to be on Team Moneymaker?
No, I'm just filled with fury. That's all I am. God damn, I hate losing. There's nothing fucking worse. Motherfucker.
Well, you're the dumbest guy in the room. You're Billy Madison now.
And on that note, it is Justin Young who conquers all. It is Justin Young who takes home our wonderful fondue set. It is Justin Young who takes home the rules of neighborhood poker according to Hoyle. Thanks so much to our contestants for playing. Thanks so much to you all for watching. I'm Jeff Platt. We will see you next time on The Big Blind.